Hey guys, welcome back to Living in Santa Fe, New Mexico with Ayden Gramm Real Estate. I'm Ayden Gramm, associate broker here and realtor in Santa Fe. So I created this YouTube channel actually for folks that are looking to relocate to Santa Fe to learn more about what it's like to be here, learn about the different neighborhoods, the lifestyle, climate, outdoor scene, even the economy, the job market, things to look out for when purchasing a house. Of course, there's going to be a lot of info on real estate in general to see if it's even a good fit, perhaps where you may want to be in Santa Fe. So feel free to reach out anytime, shoot me a message, give me a call. I'd love to talk real estate, love to talk Santa Fe. For a city this small, Santa Fe is one of the biggest art destinations in the country. It's supposedly frequently cited as being the third largest art market in the country, sitting behind just New York and LA, which kind of blows my mind. But we certainly have a ton of art here, no question about it. Now, the most famous stretch of art is actually on Canyon Road. It's about a half-mile street that's lined with around 80 galleries packed into these old historic buildings. Actually, this year marks the 69th year of the Santa Fe Opera. And the museums are really world-class too. You got the George O'Keeffe Museum, the New Mexico Museum of Art, the IAIA Museum of Contemporary Native Arts, and over on Museum Hill, you've got the Museum of International Folk Art, the Museum of Indian Arts and Culture. You've also got Site Santa Fe downtown. Then you got Meow Wolf's House of Eternal Return. It's an immersive, interactive art experience, really a destination in its own right. They've now opened a Meow Wolf in Denver and Las Vegas. And then in 2005, UNESCO actually named Santa Fe a creative city in the field of crafts and folk art. It's the first city in the United States to actually get that designation. Now, the performing arts scene runs pretty deep here as well, and the anchor to that is downtown at the Lindsay. It's a beautifully restored 1931 movie palace and vaudeville house. It's now the nonprofit Lindsay Performing Arts Center that hosts everything from touring music acts to the local symphony and chamber music groups. I've seen Graham Nash there, one of the Marleys, wonderful conferences in town. I actually saw the Big Lebowski play there, which is a lot of fun. It's a great place to go see a show. I feel like every seat in there is awesome as well. And then a few blocks away, you got the Santa Fe Playhouse, which actually traces its roots all the way back to 1919. And supposedly one of the oldest continuously run playhouses west of the Mississippi. Over in the rail yard, you've got the Jean Cocteau Cinema. It's a single screen art house. It's owned by Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin. George R.R. Martin is also one of the forces behind Meow Wolf and the Sky Railway and a lot of other great things. He's really made a lot of great contributions here to our. So for a city this size, the sheer density of stages and screens is pretty unusual. And I cannot forget to mention the Santa Fe Opera. The Santa Fe Opera performs in an absolutely stunning open-air theater that's just north of town in Tesuque. Even if you don't like opera, I highly recommend it because it's a lot of fun to get dressed up, go out there with your friends, tailgate in the parking lot as the sun's going down, epic sunsets behind the stage. It's a good time. Now, Santa Fe's calendar is really built around its traditions. In August, you've got Santa Fe's Indian Market that's run by SWAIA, the largest and most prestigious Native American art market in the world. This year will actually be its 104th year with around 1,000 native artists from over 200 tribal nations, and roughly 100,000 visitors will be filling the plaza for this. In July, you've got the traditional Spanish market. That also happens on the plaza, and this year will mark its 100th anniversary. And you've got the International Folk Art Market that happens in the Santa Fe Rail Yard. It's actually billed as the largest folk art market in the world. Then you got Fiesta de Santa Fe, which happens in September. It's one of the oldest community celebrations in the country, going all the way back to 1712. And then kicking off that season is actually the burning of Zozobra, a roughly 50-foot marionette named Old Man Gloom that gets set on fire. This year will actually mark the 102nd burning. It's at Fort Marcy Park. And this tradition started back in 1924 with artist Will Schuster. And the idea is pretty simple. You burn away the past year's gloom and start fresh. New Mexican cuisine is really its own thing. It's not Mexican food, and it's not Tex-Mex. It comes from three traditions layered together: indigenous corn, beans, and squash, Spanish ingredients like pork and wheat, and then you got centuries of regional cooking that produce dishes like carne adobada, pozole, and stacked enchiladas, which are my favorite. But the heart of it is its chili. And I'm talking Chile, as opposed to where I came from in the Midwest, Chili. So when you order a bowl of chili, you will be asked, would you like red or green with that? Or you can get Christmas style, mix it up. And I mean, that's the state's official question, really, red or green. And something that I actually do love to do in the wintertime or in the fall is get a bowl of chili, but it will literally just be chili unless you add some other things to it, which can be quite spicy. So usually add some ground beef in there, get some rice and beans, a little cheese to cool it down. Wonderful little comfort food there. Now, most of New Mexico's chili is grown down south in Hatch Valley. It's often called the chili capital of the world. Up here in the north, you also hear about Chimayo red chili. And every fall when the green chili harvest comes in, you get to smell that yummy smell of roasting chili all around town. Now, as for where to eat, I mean, the dining scene runs pretty deep for a city this size. I mean, you got a lot of great New Mexican style places, of course. You've got the Shed, super colorful, fun style building. You can go in there. It's been serving red and green chili just off the historic plaza since 1953. And then you also have its sister restaurant, La Chosa, which is off of the rail yard. Definitely want to get there early, though, I will say, because they are packed all the time. Then you've got Tomasitas, a 3-generation family favorite over in the rail yard. You've got the Pink Adobe, which is on Old Santa Fe Trail. It's actually right across from the San Miguel Church that was built, in the early 1600s. Peak Adobe has been there, I believe, since 1944. It's also got the adjoining Dragon Room bar next to it. Then you've got some fine dining type places such as Geronimo's on Canyon Road. Geronimo's is set in a 1756 adobe known as the Borrego House. And then you've also got the Compound off of Canyon Road, which has been running more than 50 years. Downtown, you've got Coyote Cafe. It's a long-running name in contemporary Southwestern cooking. You've also got Market Steer, a great little steakhouse there downtown, close to the plaza. You got Izanami, that's up off Hyde Park, heading toward the ski basin. That is wonderful Japanese-style restaurant. A great place to order some shared dishes. They've also got 10,000 Waves, which is the resort and spa with, hot pools and group pools, private tubs you can rent. You've got saunas, steam rooms, massages. I mean, the works. From my understanding, the owner visits Japan, quite often and to get his inspiration and comes back and just continues to enhance this place. It feels like you're in Japan. I mean, it's really an incredible spot to explore. And Izanami has, I believe, some of the deepest sake lists in the country. I mean, I didn't even like sake until I was able to go there and try some of those unpasteurized ones and such. Then you got Alchemy. It's a Vietnamese heritage Pan-Asian culture to table style restaurant that's also super close to the plaza, or real close to the St. Francis Hotel downtown. And then you've got Delina's. It's like an Eastern European style place for breakfast and lunch. La Mama, that's a newer one that's on Marcy, close to downtown. Great place to go get coffee, tea. They also have breakfast, lunch. I believe they even have dinner now as well. Food's great. Good place to hang out. You've got Clafouti, a French bakery. You've got Mille, another wonderful bakery in town. You've also got Plaza Cafe. They've got one right on the plaza. And then you've also got a South Side location. Love getting some country fried steak and biscuits and gravy there. My guilty breakfast pleasure. Now, a lot of people assume New Mexico is just a absolute hot desert. But with Santa Fe, that's really not true, because Santa Fe is high desert. It sits roughly 7,000 feet above sea level. So you've really got 4 distinct seasons here. That kind of elevation can keep summer highs in the 80s to low 90s and cool nights, low humidity typically. What's also great about it is it's one of the sunniest places in the country. I know you often hear that about Denver, but Santa Fe does have on average 300 plus days of sunshine a year. With the winters, the winters can be pretty mild, averaging around 32 inches of snow every year. Of course, much more up in the mountains. What I love about it, especially being from the Midwest, where I'd get a lot of gloomy days and dark winters, oftentimes I'll be driving down the road and I'll be thinking, gosh, it feels really good out. Like, what is the temperature here? And I look down at my dash and it'll say like 29 degrees. It's like, how is that even possible? It's something about when that sun is out. I mean, it just feels good. It not only makes me feel happier, but it also feels a whole lot better. So for me, the winters are really tolerable. And of course, summers can bring monsoon season, which dramatic short afternoon thunderstorms in July and August. Hopefully, as things have been changing back and forth. But last year, we actually had an amazing year of rain and thunderstorms. I think it seemed like it started in spring and really carried through. Fall time, that really lights up the Aspens, which is just wonderful. So you've got this Aspen Vista Trail off Hyde Park heading toward the ski basin. And when the leaves start turning, great time to get out there and do a little hike or even just drive up Hyde Park. Beautiful sight. Now for an outdoor person, the location is really hard to beat. I mean, you got the Sangre de Cristo Mountains that rise right at the edge of town. You've got Ski Santa Fe that's maybe 16 miles up the road from the historic plaza, which has a base of around 10,350 feet and terrain that rises above 12,000 feet, making it one of the highest ski resorts in the country while averaging over 200 inches of snow every year. Now, surrounding all of it is the Santa Fe National Forest, which I believe has approximately 1.6 million acres, plus hundreds of miles of trails. I mean, you got the Dale Ball Trail System alone that has roughly 24 miles right in the foothills. Popular hikes including, the Atalaya Mountain, the Aspen Vista Trail I mentioned earlier, Windsor Trail. And of course, you've got a ton of other hiking and explorations. We can go out to the Galisteo Basin for great mountain biking. I mean, there's great mountain biking all over the place here. La Tierra. I know a number of world-class mountain bike riders and bikers that move here, and they rave about the trails. You've also got Bandelier National Monument, where you can climb wooden ladders up to ancient cliff dwellings. I mean, I've had days where I've gone out and skied, hiked, mountain biked, and fly fished all in the same day. So that wraps up our second episode. In the next episode 3 of this particular series, we're then going to dive into the economy and the job market here in Santa Fe, the healthcare, schools and education, and what life is like here. So feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down here in this area so you don't miss the next episode. And, continuing after that, I'm going to start diving into the different neighborhoods to help you kind of get a feel of what that's like. So feel free to reach out anytime, shoot me a message, give me a call. I'd love to talk real estate, love to talk Santa Fe, and take care. See you on the next one.